But that's fine.
The dream wide broken, seeing that all was lost. What should be the future? Could you pay the cost? Will there ever be a second time around?
Whoa, when it's over and the moment has come. See, my Lord, I think I found someone, and no one would be better to put it together for the second time around.
Step by step, day by day, never stop on, never deeper we fall, the stronger we stay, we will be there. Let's go around.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody. It is the Booze and the Dudes. Today,
Happy
your
harvest.
host is DK Murphy, along with some guy and Dick Sassy. When he told me that I was going to be hosting, I felt like Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn now or
Billy Gunn back then, when Road Dogg would do his shtick.
Oh, yeah.
And then he'd give the mic to Billy Gunn, and he goes, "I say something now."
yeah.
We are having a very lovely day, even with my stank ass feet. But fuck you all.
Yeah, baby.
How you guys
We have
doing?
a good show lined up today.
Yeah,
I feel good. I feel good about the show. Knowing that we have a good guest for once. That guy you guys had last week was shit.
Who was last week? I forget.
Some sex guru. He was
I was
awful.
cool with him.
Oh, that fucker.
Yeah.
Dick Kramer.
Dick Kramer.
Yeah,
Good
baby.
guy. Look him up, everybody.
Yep.
That's when you do the Ash from Army of Darkness. Yeah, baby. Or the Adam Cole, baby.
So, trying to get on the podcast is because you love wrestling so much too. No, it's the but I he started following me today on Twitter, but I'm trying to get him on our podcast. Is Charlie Haas? He just started his own podcast.
Charlie Haas as of Haas and Benjamin.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I got talking to him. So I'm trying to get him on our thing. They got their own thing going. I figured we could probably push their stuff. Little scratch my back, scratch mine.
Yeah, I really like to find out that story of why he almost beat the crap out of the office boy in Ring of Honor.
Oh, that would be a good story to ask him.
Yeah.
But he seems like a really good guy. I follow him on Facebook and everything else. So,
But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. First off, guys, how are we doing tonight? Get that out of there.
You didn't expect that. The in and out's awesome.
All right. We have a special guest today. It is one of the singer guitarists, Russell from the band Shark Club. We're gonna have some nice little chitty chat with him, or chat because you don't have to always have those words like that. It could be opposite.
I just hope today you're really professional with him and you just don't talk wrestling unless he's a wrestling fan. So maybe the joke's on me.
He is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I researched my shit.
Okay. Did you type in singer guitar Shark Club? And then, it came up his likes and dislikes. I'm wondering, how did you do this?
Long walks on the beach.
Yeah, you're not exactly the Nardwar, so let's figure this out.
My pet peeves are people who don't finish their food. But no, I think we're ready to go. Time to get some going.
Are you sure? I thought we had some sponsors that we have to talk about. No?
No.
Maybe not.
No.
Okay, not tonight. I guess we're not being picked up. All right.
All right, which button is to get into this? All right, so we have our very special guest today. How this one about? It's obvious, you guys, that I'm a TikToker now. I know it's geeky as shit.
It's obvious.
Yeah, but I'm on TikTok one day, and I see this clip, and I just kind of I glance over it, but then the next day I see it again on another person's feed, and I see it again on another person's feed, again and again and again. I'm like, you know what? Let me check this out, okay? And then I read the description, and it says, "Band Shark Club reenacts Bill Murray scenes for their music video." I'm like, oh, fuck, we love Bill Murray.
Yep.
And then I listened to the song, and I'm like, that fucking song hit it for me. There's just every once in a while you get that song that just kind of, I don't know. I've been blasting this song for weeks now, so I said, fuck this.
He's obsessed.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, he's obsessed.
So I said, fuck it, let's at least reach out because we always want some special guests. So today we have a very special guest, one of the singers and guitarists of Shark Club. Russ, how you doing?
I'm so good. Thank you guys for having me. It's really cool to be able to connect with you from the other side of the country.
Yeah. And that's actually pretty weird when I was talking to you on the phone, because can tell my buddies, like where you live versus where your bandmates live.
Gotcha. Well, we all grew up in New Jersey. We all went to high school together, but of course, you start going to college, going to different schools, and then starting to build your own careers. I'm currently still in New Jersey. Our drummer lives in Philadelphia. And then our other singer, guitar player lives in Richmond, Virginia. So we're all kind of spread out. I think Virginia from me is 3 or 4 hours, maybe more. I could be wrong, but it's tricky, but we make it work.
When you tell us that, like that's how spread out you guys are, it's kind of weird for us because we're from California. We go in any direction for at least 2 hours. We're still in California. So it's like you're in New Jersey and it's like, oh yeah, I'll be in Virginia in like an hour and a half or some shit like that. It's like,
I always trip out on people who say they're from Jersey and then they like, yeah, I'm from Jersey. Yeah. And like, I missed that talk. I missed that lingo.
Yeah. So
I talk like that.
It'd be great if you
not
did.
at all.
It would be great.
I forgot Pop Dog. So for starters, tell us about the band. Like, so who are some of your guys' influences?
I think we kind of came up listening to band, and I don't know if you know these guys, but we grew up like modern baseball was a really big influence for us. I remember the Front Bottoms as well. But outside of those kind of two core groups that we all had in common, I'm a big fan of Metallica and Yellow Card. Our bass player is a big Rush fan. Our drummer really, when he first started with us, he was a big Pearl Jam guy. They also like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. My other co-singer songwriter likes Taking Back Sunday, and of course we've come to love other bands, but I that's kind of where it all started and where our different kind of backgrounds and genres blend together.
Are you guys, or is one of you guys a fan of Blink-182? Because I saw you did a cover of Josie.
Yeah, we're all fans of Blink-182. There's like the quintessential kind of like pop punk bands we all grew up with, and that's definitely a staple that we all enjoy.
What's your favorite Blink song?
You know what? That's a good question. When right in the beginning of quarantine, my girlfriend and I, for fun over FaceTime, we were doing like I think March Madness was happening, so people would make like March Madness brackets of their favorite bands and all like which were the best songs. I think we ended up doing Damn It for Blink-182. It's such a classic, gets me so like pumped up. It's super nostalgic, great intro riff, great music video.
Oh yeah.
Real quick, just to get this out of the way. I'm all like, because you keep saying it's nostalgic. How young are you? Because I'm pretty sure we're older than you.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I'm 25. I'm
Oh,
25.
yeah. We're holding at least 10 on you. So it's all, like, but like, nah, to me, like pop punk, we're in high school when it like popped off crazy. So for you, that'd be like perfect. That'd be like the best type of music that you play all the time when you're out like skateboarding or doing whatever you're doing with your buddies and stuff like that. Probably be like the radio hits,
Yeah, and like he's saying, Blink wasn't when we were in high school, so we kind of latched on that. What also pissed me off though is that like the hardcore punkers were like, "Fuck Blink-182," and I'm like, "Well, who are you listening to? The Vergnots." I'm all, who?
Yeah, it's like, well, sorry, there's a girl I'm gonna go see this show with. I'm not gonna go with my buddies.
Yeah, when I found out that the punkers were like spiking their hair every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm all, fuck that. I'll sleep in.
Anarchy my ass. There's nothing like order, right? 5 a.m. to get up and do that punk mohawk. So make it to 0 period.
Yeah, because I mean, like, well, Jersey to me, that like the closest band I could think of that off your guys' sound, because I thought you guys were like California band or West Coast, because you guys remind me of like old school like Weezer, Rooney, like the
that's super cool.
The beach style music, minus like, well, you guys have harmony sometimes, but not so like predominant. So but yeah, you guys are upbeat as hell, like, and I love that style of music.
Yeah,
forever. Like, I don't care what people say about Weezer now. I'll still go see them tomorrow.
That's really cool, guys. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of groups from kind of your neck of the woods. I know Blink-182 for sure. They're like San Diego or something like that.
Yeah. Travis Barker. See, we live in a place called the Inland Empire. And
Okay.
one of the more bigger cities is Riverside. That's where Travis Barker's from.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
Very
look
cool.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
I take it being from Jersey, you were just so pumped up for the many states of Newark or whatever.
See, and I'm thinking like Saves the Day or something like that. Like that would have probably been a big band.
Well, I think at least when I started listening to music, I didn't really care so much about where people came from. It's just if I liked their sound, it was cool for me. And I guess being maybe 10 years younger than you guys, you know, I didn't rely so heavily on what CDs I could physically get my hand on. I was an iTunes kid.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter where people were coming from. I had access to their music.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I started getting into more of the interested, like how bands form and what they do, where, oh, they're from like Jacksonville, Florida or Toronto, Canada, and stuff like that. A lot of the bands that kind of introduced us into the kind of indie DIY space, which we like to kind of identify ourselves in.
Oh, yeah.
When I was in college, there was a booming community in Philadelphia. And the bands like I mentioned, Modern Baseball, really were the forefront of that.
Yeah, trip on that.
So the name Shark Club, how did you guys come up with that?
We were having band practice in my basement, and I have like an unfinished basement, so it's just like cement walls, cement floors. And growing up, my dad used to paint a bunch of murals on the wall. He was like an artist in his free time. And so he'd draw things, you know, I think we have like Bear in the Big Blue House, like Mickey Mouse. And as we got older, he started drawing like Spider-Man, Tasmanian Devil. And there was this one painting that I still don't know the full story of. It's a pink shark with sunglasses. And right underneath it, it says The Shark Club. And so I think it was my bass player who was like, we need a band name, right? And he just points, he's like, The Shark Club. And then we dropped the, and then the rest is history, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Right on. How many? I was at your website last night. I forgot. You have like, was it like 6 albums out now?
Damn.
I think we have, I think like 2 EPs and then 3 full lengths. So yeah, you could say like 5 or 6.
All right.
So you guys have been around for like what, 4 years, 5 years as a band?
Yeah, I think we officially formed in like 2015. So yeah, 5-6 years.
And
Time flies.
like all 4 of you guys, same people?
Yeah, all the same group of guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Pretty
So then you guys, what do you think your biggest change has been since when you guys first started to like your last?
Aside from where we live geographically, I think, you know, like I mentioned, I think when we first formed, me and my other singer-songwriter were the oldest in the group, and we were, I think, freshmen in college. And so, yeah, fast forward 6 years, not only are we both graduated and doing our own careers, so are the other 2 members of our band.
Yeah.
So on a maturity level, that you could say that that's changed, but also the more we've been writing together, and, you know, on this most recent album that we've been promoting recently, you know, people say like, what were some of your inspirations going into this? What do you want people to come out saying? And in the past, it's been really cool when people say, you guys sound like this band or Blink-182. But our goal was to say, we want people to come out of this record saying they sound like Shark Club. And I think we were able to, you know, put our own twist and our own fingerprint on all these songs that we've been writing recently. And I think that's the biggest difference of taking what we know and learning how to collaborate with each other.
Yeah.
and making music that way.
Nice.
You know,
Right
there's a
on.
big benefit to like something that you touched on when we grew up. Remember how we would like, we were back in our day, I'm sure you did the same thing, but you'd hear other people's samples and they'd be like, oh man, just listen to it. It's a cassette.
Yeah.
And then you listen to it, you're like, oh man.
He's all, what's a cassette?
Yeah, exactly. You know, but I mean, like, you know, and then you hear how crappy the quality is on the cassette, and you're like, you know, but they put their all into it. Nowadays, like he said, it doesn't matter where you come from. Like back in the day, we'd be like, oh, that guy's from Jersey. You could tell, you know, they're from Boston. But nowadays, music is so, because of
Yeah,
the
everybody
internet,
hears everything.
Yeah, the internet.
everyone's, you know, you don't know who really sounds like what.
The
sound-
influences
the
are
influences
everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, I just really like the sound of your band. even though his
Thank you.
favorite is, Bill Murray. What's your favorite song out of your own band?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I think a general consensus of the band, one of the all-time favorites is the first one that we ever wrote together. It's a song called Game Theory.
Yeah, I showed them the music video for that. I like that too.
Oh, cool.
I love the little story of you guys like, hey, get him on your phone. No, my phone's almost dead or something like that.
Oh, yeah. So that was okay, when I'm not doing music, I'm a video producer. And so I went to school and studied video production and everything. So when I was in college and I had a band, I was like, that's a perfect excuse to get my friends together and we work on a video project together. So that was the first ever attempt for me and my friends in our band to do a music video. So that's where the bar starts, guys. And then look 6 years later and then the Bill Murray music video. But yeah, that's a really nostalgic
Awesome evolution.
And if I may add, like watching the music video, you guys look like you were having a lot of fun in there.
It's always the best to see.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of this, right? Because like I said, this music isn't what I make my living off of. It's a hobby for us, and again, we all live so far away, but we find the time to do it. And when it stops being fun, what's the point?
Right.
Awesome, totally.
So yeah.
So let's I know, when he said like they started in 2015, I'm like, wow, I didn't have a drinking problem yet.
Like we started, but I wasn't 21.
That
yet.
should be
Like,
the abstinence poster. It's like sex when it stops being fun and it just shows a kid.
So okay,
he had to wait till your recent album just to be able to go to your guys' shows, like not be the creepy old guy in the back.
No, that's the thing though. So like do you I don't know if you guys understand this concept of like people have like concerts in their basements, like basement shows. You ever hear that? Yeah, so like I'm 25 now and I'm always asking like, is it weird for me to like go to these yet?
Yeah.
Like when does that buck stop? Like, because those are our best shows, like playing in a
as long
bar.
as you're like organizing it too, then you're allowed. If you're like 25 is probably like that, you're like, I'm not 21 anymore.
It's weird.
This is just a dumb side note, but I remember that one time we were hanging out. Pardon me. That's better.
You could have waited till all that and then interrupted.
I know. We were all hanging out at this guy's place, and some guy. Well, we haven't really made fully introductions, so yeah.
No, I need to know who these homies are.
Dick Sassy.
That's Dick Sassy, and this is
Gotcha.
some guy.
Oh, okay, cool. Really easy to remember. Good to meet you too.
We were at some guy's place, and we were all just chilling, and then it was like your niece or nephew's birthday, and they brought over a bunch of kids and like basically started like a little mini house party. And I look over at him, I'm like, gotta get the fuck out of here. It's like, this is just not, you don't remember that? There was that one girl who was trying to sell me. There was that one girl who was trying to sell me drugs. And then she thought I was too old to take drugs.
Oh, that was his wife's birthday, and yeah, we were getting fucking hammered. Yeah, I remember that.
And we were just, I'm just like, we gotta go.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So okay.
Yeah, my wife's younger than me. She's like closer to your age.
Now the song
Gotcha.
the song that got my attention, Bill Murray, has very little to do with Bill Murray. You make kind of one reference. I don't want to be a fucking zombie, maybe like Zombieland. On Groundhog Day. You don't say in Groundhog Day, you say on Groundhog Day. So what exactly is the song about as far as like, what inspired this song?
Okay, so I wrote this song about, I kind of remember this. I was in a class at college, and it was a class that I thought I was going to really enjoy. But when I got there, my classmates were like, it was just like a bad environment. Like none of the classmates cared, and the teacher recognized that and they didn't care. So I just found myself just like sitting and like staring at the clock.
Just for attendance. Yeah, I hate those classes.
Yeah, and it sucked because again, you thought like you had such high expectations and it didn't end up working out. And I also remembered another instance where I had an internship at this place. And it was this really high level, awesome place. And I thought, yeah, it's going to be so much fun. I'm going to enjoy my time. And while I did, there were some days when I found myself like, again, looking at the clock, like just wanting to get the hell out of there. And I never really understood why. And so I kind of wrote a song about that, I guess. And I hate to burst your bubble, but the only reason why it's called Bill Murray, the song didn't have a name for a while. And my bass player pointed out the lyric that you did, and he said, "A zombie on Groundhog Day? Those are two Bill Murray movies. Let's just call it Bill Murray." And I was
Nice.
and I said, "All right," as a placeholder. And then it stuck. And then when it was time to make a music video, how do you not make a music video reenacting all the Bill Murray movies you can think of?
Yeah, let's see if we can kind of count them off. So you got Space Jam,
Yeah,
Osmosis Jones,
yeah,
Ghostbusters.
correct.
There's Groundhog Day,
Yeah.
Broken Flowers, which by the way points because
Yeah, you put
What's
a
that?
reference in there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was that's the one that nobody gets.
Oh, yeah.
well, aside from like having this podcast, like all three of us are hardcore movie nerds.
Cool.
Like we've seen movies people have never even fucking heard of.
We forgot more movies than people have watched.
Yeah. So, you know, we were like, ooh, I saw that one. And I'm trying to think what there was Stripes, which I like because I've been watching Stripes a lot lately.
Cool.
Lost in Translation. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's something I wanted to note. When you and you're a bass player.
Yeah, that's Eric.
Eric, yeah. When you guys are doing the hug where they're doing the Lost in
whisper,
Translation,
yeah.
the whisper, it looks like you're whispering sweet nothings in his ears.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like your beard is tickling me.
You know what?
Reciting the ABCs, dude.
Yeah, the guy who was holding the camera, he said you should whisper something, and we have footage of it. We made like a behind the scenes that I don't know if I can release yet.
Nice.
But he's like, sing the song or something, and it was a very hot day, but we were wearing those very heavy coats, and so I was like just saying things in the tune of the song. So I was basically like saying how much I wanted to hug and kiss him. And then I told him that my ass was getting wet from my ass sweat, or my pants were getting wet from my ass sweat, or something along those lines. And you could probably see him shaking because I was probably making him laugh. So yeah, I was
And
really,
there's also Life Aquatic.
correct.
Yeah. There was one that I don't know.
Did you mention Zombieland?
Oh yeah, Zombieland, motherfuck. And then, but there's one, I think I know what it is, but I'm not sure. It's that bit where your mouth is taped up and you get stabbed with a pen.
Oh
Is
yeah,
is that The Man Who Knew Too Little?
that's exactly what it is.
I know my
So I
shit.
could just sleep tonight
Yeah.
peacefully.
So, oh man, you know what you got to do now, right?
Dan Aykroyd.
What?
Damn you!
What do you say?
You
Says
read my
Dan,
mind.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, now you got to write a song.
You know, there's a band called Dan Aykroyd.
Cool.
It's like Dan Aykroyd.
There's a guy named
That's
Dan
pretty good,
Aykroyd.
too.
But yeah, now you got to write a song, and you have to call it Dan Aykroyd, and then you have to reenact a bunch of Dan Aykroyd movies. But if you do this,
You mentioned Crystal Vodka,
Yeah.
UFOs.
yeah, Men in Black. But but if you do this, you have to do the My Stepmom's an Alien, where King Baker flashes her tits at him, and he goes, "I want to see that, man."
Coneheads.
Coneheads.
Yeah. Well,
But at one point,
You gotta
at what
write it
point
for
do we
you
just
for it
repeat
right
ourselves?
yeah, that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know.
Right.
I haven't had the opportunity to talk to some real Bill Murray heads, and if you guys don't mind, I hate to tread on the topic, but like
Good.
there's a handful of movies that we didn't use, and I was wondering if there were ones where you said, "Oh, I wish they did Razor's Edge or something."
I was kind of hoping for maybe coffee and cigarettes.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Wait,
Bill Murray, what you doing?
Yeah.
Garfield.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they did Garfield. No, they did do Garfield.
Yeah, we did.
Rushmore too, right?
Huh?
They did Rushmore. Huh?
No, you guys didn't do Rushmore.
That's a really good one.
I'm trying to remember if we did. I don't think we
I wonder
did.
what they did. Like
We only did one Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
only
yeah.
did Life Aquatic.
Life
Yeah.
Aquatic. So, like, what's your favorite Bill Murray movie then?
You know what? Everyone's been asking me that since we made it, and it's been a tough question to answer. I
You
think,
asked me that yesterday, and I haven't been able to answer it.
yeah, I think that de facto is Groundhog Day, even though I've seen it literally a million times, as I'm
Yep.
sure everyone has.
It
But
was
it's
both funny and
Oh,
kinda
wait.
dramatic.
Did you also do What About Bob?
we did do What About Bob?
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing it because I saw the goldfish and I'm all, Gil? Or-
Yes.
Or I'm sorry, what the fuck was that fish's name? Gil was the guy in
No, it was Gil. He says, "Good morning, Gil."
okay. Anyways. Okay, actually I got a little game I want to see if you can play with us.
All right.
So on our other podcast, Beer and Bad Movies, we tend to have our guest do this thing we call the movie game, which is put this shit down. You got to name 10 movies about an actor. The only rule really is it can't be sequels. Because if I said Harrison Ford, you could get him in like 2 seconds. Yeah, every Star Wars, every Indiana Jones. That's
him too, huh?
Yeah. The only exception to that rule is if the actor plays a different person in the sequel. For example, Chris Evans. Which one's Captain America?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans plays Captain America in the Avengers, but he also plays and then in the Avengers he also plays Loki as Captain America. Remember, because Loki transforms him and mocks him.
I stopped watching after a while.
Okay, so do you think you could name? Do you think you could name 10 Bill Murray?
Oh yeah, I think we just did. I was counting through as you said how many we did. I think we did like 16 movies.
Probably.
So it's all right. I'll try it.
Try and go for rare ones.
Well, we did Meatballs.
Oh, that's right, you did.
We did Stripes, Groundhog Day, Life Aquatic, Royal Tenenbaums we didn't do.
Oh, yeah.
Razor's Edge we didn't do. What's the other one we were just talking about that we didn't do? The other Wes Anderson movie.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, Rushmore. Rushmore. We said he's going to be in the French Dispatch. Okay, cancel some of those Wes Andersons because I'm almost gonna be done. We did Man Who Knew Too Little, Garfield, which there were 3 Garfield movies for some freaking reason. No, there were 2. There were 2.
Too many.
Osmosis Jones, Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Did you see Zombieland 2?
Yes.
Did you see his cameo?
Yeah.
I just love that. Why are you doing Garfield 3? Drugs cost money.
Yeah.
It's funny when you can laugh at yourself, right?
I know that he's like the best part in Zombieland for me. When he's just like, do you have any regrets, Garfield?
I love how everyone shows up to these events and these galas all fancy as hell. And Bill Murray always just comes in like flip flops and shorts.
Yeah.
And whatever.
So was this today?
Yeah.
Did you know about the phone number thing with Bill Murray?
What's the phone number thing?
So Bill Murray doesn't have an agent. Allegedly there's just this phone number you can call and pitch him ideas.
It's an answer machine.
Yeah, it's an answering machine, and if he likes the idea, he'll
Call you back.
Yeah.
Very cool. I should get his number.
I'm sure there's
my dad is like, ever since we released, he's like, have you sent it to Bill Murray yet? I'm like, yeah, Dad, let me just email him.
hey, Billy, I got something for you.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Billy M.
Yeah, Billy M.
Can I call you Will?
Ooh, pop quiz for everybody here, actually, including you, Russell. What movie stars all 4 of the Murray brothers?
Oh, I know this.
Scrooge strike.
Is it Groundhog?
No.
Is it Razors?
Nope. He got it.
Scrooge.
Oh, it is Scrooged?
Yes. You got
Gotcha.
Brian Doyle Murray, and of course Bill Murray. And then the lesser known Joel Murray is like he plays his brother in the movie. And then his other brother, who's kind of like been acting around, is just a guest at
the one that came around hauling all the heavy equipment that day.
Hey, listen, can you do something with my brothers? Come on.
His son is an extra in Moonrise Kingdom.
Is he? I gotta look that up.
That's
I like
your favorite Wes. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Wes Anderson movie?
It's a good question. I think I always said Moonrise. That is a really good one. I also like Grand Budapest.
Yeah,
And
Grand Budapest for me is my favorite.
Yeah.
Funny.
I'm excited to see the new one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Shoot, I was gonna say something I totally forgot. What were we talking about before we got on Wes Anderson?
Your mom doesn't love you.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray and Scrooge. Why didn't you do Scrooged?
I know. Yeah. There's only so much you could fit in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And then
Yeah.
you try to pick the top ones that people will recognize, right?
How about this? Have you heard about the French fry story?
What's the French fry story?
So allegedly, Bill Murray went to a Wendy's, and while he was waiting for his order, some people saw and recognized him. So he went up to them, took one of their French fries, and said, "No one will ever believe you."
Oh, I heard about that.
And
Did you hear his Stockholm story?
No, what is that one?
I guess he was at a party with some people from Sweden, and they were all kind of intoxicated
Oh, really?
in Swedish.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I mean. I'm like, I bet those have
And
people.
so I guess obviously the driving while drunk is strict everywhere, but I guess it's like super strict over there. So he said, "I'll drive you home in my golf cart." So he was driving him home in his golf cart, and he got pulled over by the police or whatever. And I think, long story short, he's like banned from the country of Sweden.
Nice. Way to go.
For being a hero.
Yeah,
that's
what the
jacked
fuck?
up.
I want you to send your bassist Eric a message. Tell him he nailed the Agent 99 bit for
Yeah, Get Smart.
Yeah, because I just
Cool.
because that's my favorite part in Get Smart, when you see Bill Murray and he's like, "Hi."
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk to a tree.
That's so funny and sad.
All right. The last story I'm gonna Bill Murray story I'm gonna tell, and then if you guys have any questions, if not, if he has any questions, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. But so a friend of mine that we all know, this guy named Brian, he's a humongous Bill Murray fan.
He's a little person though.
She's a little person, yeah.
Huge fan.
Yeah, huge fan. A little short. But he, one day where we were just talking about, I think we were just talking about like the new Ghostbusters, and he sends me this link. Did you know that he actually owns a minor league baseball team?
Bill? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he owns and the North Carolina Mud Dogs.
Very
And-
cool.
Mud dogs.
Yeah, Mud Dogs, Mud Dogs. I said Joe Montana. So he sends me this video to watch, and I'm like, it's the Christmas greeting from like 2011, and it's every member of higher management is like, "Merry Christmas, everybody! We're happy, and we'll see y'all next season. We can't wait," and this and that. And it's just very much like this, very boring. I'm just like, why am I looking at this? And then out of nowhere, it's just Bill Murray talking about how he's been having trouble getting groceries. And I was just like, what the fuck is this?
That's fucking
I know it. So in case you couldn't tell, we're all fucking nerds. Well, I guess I can't speak for him. All right.
yeah.
Guys, you got anything you want to ask Russ over here?
I mean, well, when are you playing next? When do you think anything's gonna open up around where you're at, or tour wise?
Some stuff's been opening up recently. Everyone's got different comfort levels.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure everybody who comes to the show feels comfortable. That's going to be the most important thing. But like I said, it's tricky. We're all in different spots, so finding the time to do a show is a whole other thing. We did a quote unquote album release show a couple weekends ago, and we kept it very safe. Everyone wore masks. They were all good sports. And two of our friends opened up for us, and then right before we went on, the cops shut it down.
Oh.
So we haven't really played full band in front of people in like 3 years or something like that.
By the man.
Yeah, the man. So
for your next song.
we're gonna try and figure something out.
Do a song. We're definitely not gonna take this.
Yeah, we're not
We're
gonna.
definitely not gonna take
Yeah,
this.
definitely. Hey, you gotta make it sound like George McFly. Hey, we're not gonna take this. I just remember something. Do you know who Chuck Taylor is and Trent Beretta?
Sounds familiar.
They're the best friends on AEW.
It's wrestling.
Oh, I haven't watched AEW yet.
Don't.
Why?
Oh, I actually know a bunch of those guys. They're all douches.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard so the WWE product has kind of been like for me.
Yeah.
And I heard AEW is kind of where it's at. But you would know, right?
See, here's the thing is that AEW is wrestlers gone crazy because they can do whatever they want. And it looks too spotty, it looks too choreographed. I'm all for big moves and high flying moves, but I was watching that cage match that the Young Bucks had with the Lucha Brothers, and they were just choreographing everything left and right. And I was like, you're really taking me out of it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
But-
that does look too.
I was the tag team of Chuck Taylor. Chuck Taylor's a really good guy, and Trent Beretta also another good guy. They did this video thing for High Spots Entertainment. I don't know if you know what High Spots is.
No.
It's this website, kind of like an everything for wrestling. They rent and sell rings. They make gear,
Cool.
and they also have video series. But they have one called The Best Friends. And then, like as we were asking you questions, I just remember one of their regular questions to ask wrestlers is, "How big is it? And have you ever full dogged a prosto?" So I was about to be like, "Hey Russ, how big is it? You ever full dog a prosto?"
Awful. So if that's a basic question in that,
Yeah.
they're all douchebags.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's horrible.
But so I don't know if you want to like
half of their dicks are falling off.
maybe Joey Ryan's.
Damn, by name.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, by name.
I give a fuck. I don't know if you want to like badmouth any bands, but is there maybe a band that you?
But if you do,
Yeah, but if you do, now, is there like maybe a band you think is like overrated? Nickelback.
No, that's my favorite band. Right?
It's my favorite band.
Rolling Stones.
They made me go to Canada to go see them.
I don't think it's, I get what we're going for, trying to be the heel out here. It's
Yeah.
really not my place as a musician to like shit on other people's music, right? Like I'm not a professional by any stretch of the imagination. And while I'm proud of the stuff I do, I don't think it's the greatest
Actually,
stuff to
you might be though if you're getting paid for it. Professional.
I think for him it's like, one day I might actually be famous, and I don't want to have there be something on the internet where I'm like, fuck Nickelback.
Well, no, you know what? Like if Nickelback called me right after this and said, "Do you want to open for us on tour?" I would say yes.
You're all,
Exactly.
you're asking me if I want to steal your fans. Yes,
Does
Nickelback.
anybody ever listen to Nickelback? They're not bad. Why are people shitting on
They're
them?
not good.
They are not good. There was so I know you do know a little bit about wrestling. Have you ever heard of the Cauliflower Alley Club?
No.
It's basically the Elks Lodge for wrestlers.
Okay.
Tired old wrestlers.
It really is.
Just smoking cigars and
Definitely.
remember that time I gave you a hip toss?
Oh man,
And you broke your hip.
it happens in Vegas, and I remember seeing when Harley Race was still
Did
alive.
you get invited finally? Age wise,
Sneaking into the glass.
Harley Race was at the slots, and he had a cigarette with the longest ash I've ever fucking seen. And I'm all,
like a movie and shit.
yeah, and then you hear him go, "I told that motherfucker." But so
Yeah, don't worry, we'll edit it. Wow.
no. Just that's where I've met a lot of wrestlers out there. It's a lot of fun.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I forget where I was fucking going with this.
I don't know.
What were we talking about before?
You changed the subject into wrestling.
Oh no, now I remember. There's a wrestler he's kind of getting big right now, AJ Kirsch. He lives in Northern California, but he does seminars for the Cauliflower Alley Club. My memory is such shit. I know, guys. I know.
It is.
But I remember he goes like, you have to, just sometimes you need to accept things. And he goes, guys, to this whole room of people, he goes, guys, I'm a Nickelback fan. And the whole crowd, boo! And he's like, I know.
Biggest heel turn ever is just saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
The floor is Nickelback.
Wow. See,
All right. Well, I'm out of questions, guys. Anything?
I mean, I could probably think of 1,000 questions, but right now I'm pretty stumped.
Can I share a quick anecdote with you guys? Because I don't get to talk about this
Please.
enough.
Go ahead.
So you, first of all, again, I can't tell you how thankful I am that you would reach out to me and have me on in representation of my band. The way that DK discovered me, as he mentioned, was on TikTok. And I'd love to speak to that for a little bit because I don't get to talk about this enough. So I don't know if you're familiar. There's somebody on Instagram that goes by the name of Bill Murray Pics.
No, I don't
No?
know.
It's an account. It's a fan account. It's got like 22,000 followers. It's just pictures of Bill Murray, right? It's just somebody made it.
Yeah.
And so when,
On the toilet.
yeah, check it out. It's very cool. When we thought of the idea to make this music video, I needed to pull reference shots of like all of his movies.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
I essentially edited together those clips into a de facto concept music video. So I knew the timing of everything and what was going to fit and what wasn't. And so then I started thinking and I was like, well, that guy has all the pics. I've got all the clips. I've got all the video clips. So I said, what if I started that guy owns the Bill Murray pictures. I'll own the Bill Murray videos. And so I discovered TikTok and I thought that the algorithm was crazy. You just have outreach to millions of people. I started every day posting one Bill Murray clip. And if you go on TikTok, you can look up Bill Murray clips.
Yeah,
And-
no, that's how I saw you at first.
Yeah,
I saw
dude,
a bunch of
No,
other people.
he
I follow
showed
you. I
himself.
follow you.
dude, I started that account. And the only reason why I started that account was because I knew it was going to get a bunch of followers. And then I was just going to post about my music video and then get rid of it. And so I did not think, I never expected it, but the account got like 50,000 followers.
Hell yeah.
And I'm checking and like Jenny McCarthy is now following you, like really crazy stuff. And some of the videos, they're getting like tens of hundreds of thousands of views. So the music video comes out and I'm so psyched to like finally post about it. And I post it and then I get an alert that the video's been muted because I don't own the rights to the song.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's funny.
So then I was just, you saw I was able to post like minute-long clips and they weren't performing like all the other videos were. But I'd say it's like a quasi-failed attempt, but that was all me, dude.
That's fun.
I follow you, man. I'm one of your followers on there.
Well, it seemed to have worked, and I'm grateful that it did.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Nice.
Well, I was just thinking about this right now. To me, Bill Murray is still the coolest guy in the room. Like, do you know why they waited so long to make a third Ghostbusters movie?
Well, I mean, I know a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But no, I'm asking Russ. Do you know?
Why?
Because Bill Murray basically everybody was in, Ernie Hudson, everybody was in except for Bill Murray, and they needed Bill Murray because he was the hero of the first two.
Yeah.
And he said no. And they're like, why? Number one, they could never come up with a good script, one that he liked. But then by the time it got to be like around, 98, 99, he basically said, listen, nobody wants to see 4 old men chase ghosts. And I'm like, that's kind of true. I would not care to, I don't hate Ghostbusters 2. I think it's fine. Is Vigo.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're missing Harold Ramis too.
Well, now they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So it's all just money grabs at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I really didn't like the remake or whatever it is. The one from 2000.
The one that took a
cartoon?
shit. The one
Cartoons are
nah,
cool.
No,
The one that took a shit on the memory of Ghostbusters.
The all-female cast.
Yeah.
She went. I mean, the director of that went out of her way to keep Bill Murray and any influence.
Well, it was
from
a
them out.
he.
No,
It was Bill Feige or whatever.
Feige.
Yeah,
That
Feige.
the chick, whoever that chick was in there.
Oh.
That,
Melissa McCarthy, the one from Saturday Night
Oh.
Live.
no, not one of the actresses.
All right, never mind.
One of the producers. Anyway, she kept Bill Murray and his influence out
Right.
because they bunt heads on things. So, you know,
Gotcha. Well, so then is he going to be in this new one? Is that still like a mystery? Is it going to be a big reveal?
it'll probably just be a big reveal.
It'll probably
Jason Reitman's,
but we're hearing a lot of good things about
he was in
the
Garfield for crying out loud.
Afterlife.
Come on,
Twice.
at least just don't let this movie go out in a burning ball of shit.
Another Bill Murray fact is that on the set of What About Bob, Richard Dreyfuss hated Bill Murray.
Why? Because he was actually funny.
No,
I don't like
they
Richard
just-
Dreyfuss.
They just didn't get along. But he said, I'm happy that I didn't like him because we weren't supposed to like each other in the movie.
Yeah.
And isn't it funny that What About Bob is a movie about one asshole versus another?
Makes sense. All those years later, all those complaints came out about Richard Dreyfuss, how he had to grow up all the women around him, just had to. Like Bill Murray is probably like, hey, dude, fuck off. Probably just ruined his whole chi.
Yeah.
Just
Well-
saying, douchebags don't.
So, anyways, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I know it's getting later over on your end, and we've got other things we got to take care of. But Russ, man, anything you want to plug?
I guess I'll plug the music video for Bill Murray is on YouTube and I guess TikTok. And that's a single off of our brand new album, Here Be Electric Joy. You can find it on all streaming platforms.
I like that name, by the way. Here Be the Electric Joy. I was like,
Oh, cool.
nice name.
Thanks.
Now, if you ever get bored, you got to make a theme song for us or a song named after us, just because we gave you that push.
Yo, I would love to do that. I'll
would-
definitely
I would-
send you something.
Oh, hell yeah,
I
dude.
would love for it
That'd
to
be
be something that shits on all of us.
Yeah. These douchebags.
Shit on a lot of people.
Yeah, we're not the most PC guys in the room, but we
Gotcha.
we don't try to offend people, but we're kind of like fuck you.
Pushing the envelope, I can respect it.
Yeah,
I guess.
shut the fuck up, Scarlett.
I love telling people that shit.
Yeah, but
And then, we'll look into making a Dan Aykroyd song and music video, but also we're trying to pick one more song off the album to make a music video for. So if you guys have any suggestions at any point, please let me know.
well, I follow you on as Bill Murray Clips. I follow you there. Follow me back, DK Murphy 83, and all one word. And I also follow you on Instagram. That's how I saw the Josie at first, which
Cool.
I was just like watching the music video for Josie, or I don't know if it's necessarily a music video, but like where you're just constantly missing the basketball hits. I'm just like, white people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little silly thing we made.
Yeah, it was nice. But all right.
DK's like, I was outside the front window and I couldn't help but noticing the way you write.
he wakes up tomorrow and there's a dead bird in a box on his front door.
Wow.
Thinking of you.
What the fuck?
Oh, fuck off. Don't apologize for nothing.
I apologize for you. No, it's gonna be a good. What are you gonna do for Halloween? Are you gonna dress up, or is that like a COVID thing, or what's going on out there?
I know.
with
Did
you
we
guys?
just ruin something? Are you dropping a Halloween single? What's going on?
No, nothing like that. Unfortunately, my girlfriend is sick. She doesn't have COVID, but she has a cold.
Oh, okay.
So she's
Dude,
out of commish for the
Build
weekend.
your brownie points right now. Cook some soup. Get the bath ready. Do all those.
Yeah, I'll figure something out, but we
Yeah.
can't hang out. We were gonna go to a friend's Halloween thing, of course.
Yeah.
Do it the safe way. So I think I'm just gonna watch football on Sunday, guys.
Nice,
There you
dude.
go. Who you
What
gonna
do-
Yeah, who's your team?
okay, so I'm in New Jersey, but I'm a diehard Tennessee Titans fan.
Oh, nice.
Right on, go
Yeah.
Packers.
You guys, you're the Pack. What about you guys?
I'm a Niner.
Yeah, I used
Sure.
to always be a Cowboys guy. Everyone's shitting on me if I say Cowboys. I just get mobbed.
I mean, they're having a good year. Who knows?
It could be worse. You could be a Patriots fan. Fuck the Patriots.
That's all East Coast. Like,
I know. Yeah.
he's like, I'm
Titans.
not. He's, I don't like.
Titans. That's the South.
Yeah,
Eat
and,
shit.
and
Fuck
then the
you,
Bucks.
kiss my ass.
Dude, and the Bucks. You can just say the Bucks.
Yeah. How about for baseball? I mean, like, who you think's gonna finish up in the World Series, and who's your team?
I'm not rooting for either of these teams. And I couldn't even give you my best guess of who's going to win. So when it comes to sports, I'm all over the map. Baseball, I'm a really big Washington Nationals fan.
Oh, okay.
What?
So that was cool. It was cool to see them in the World Series a handful of years ago.
Nice.
I remember I went to a Dodgers game, not by choice, and they were like, they're playing the Washington Nationals. I'm like, who the fuck are
You
the
were
Washington?
kidnapped by Chubby.
You didn't even know.
There used to be like in the NWA used to be really big out here, and we worked pretty closely with them. And there was this guy who was a complete piece of shit, and I didn't know it at the time. And his name was C. Edward Vanderpyle, and his nickname was C. Edward Vanderpyle of shit. And this guy got fucked with.
Created.
I called him Vanderpedo, but
Yeah, then there was Vander pedophile because he ended up marrying a chick that was barely 18, and he was like 40. But of course,
he's being nice about the story. He got with her when she was like 13 or something.
yeah, well, yeah, he got with this girl when she was not legal. Anyways, so sex offenders. Who's on the list? Come on. All right, man. Well, we're gonna go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it. I had fun. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, this was such a treat. Really, I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. It's cool to know that you guys are listening from the other side of the country, like I said, and hope we could chat again soon, for real.
Most definitely,
It
and
would be good.
give our best to your bandmates.
For sure. And they're so disappointed that they couldn't come on tonight, really. Sorry it couldn't work out.
Well, there's life, but just maybe another time. Definitely would like to talk to them as well.
Bro, they're gonna see how much fun that we had and get such FOMO that they have no choice but to get on the next time.
They're gonna watch it. We're gonna be like, who's your favorite member of 98 Degrees? I was gonna be like, hey, was your band like, did you guys all come together, or were you like a boy band where some crazy fat pedophile?
Be honest, out of LFO, who is the best?
Yeah.
No lies.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Backstreet Boy? All right, man. Well, you have yourself a good day. I will talk to you later. Again, man, love this
Hope
song.
your girlfriend gets better.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that, guys. Thank you for everything, really.
Eddie, take
No
care,
worries,
man.
man. All right. And is this the stop button?
Yeah.
All right. And we're out.